It's dark. We're not too dark here, though.
Good morning. Good morning, everyone. It's your Financial Fun Friday team, and we are back in action.
Welcome, 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 welcome. Yeah, if you're from this area, you know it's a restaurant every time you walk in there. For the new people, they say welcome, welcome, welcome. So we're saying welcome, welcome, welcome. We stole that just for the day.
Yes, just for the day.
Yeah, we'll think of something else.
Okay. Now, also, we'll do it during the broadcast because we want to make sure we're checking in to see how you're doing. Where are you on a scale of 1 to 10? I'm reading right now about an 8.5, almost 9, because I'm excited. But yeah, so I'm about a 8, 9. Where are you today?
I'm a little complicated because is sleep part of the number?
Yeah.
Because as sleep, I may be a 4, but in terms of excitement and my spirit, I say I'm a 9.
You're a 9.
I feel good. I feel good.
Yeah,
Just a
so
little
check
sleepy.
in, drop it in the chat, and let us know, where are you? How you feeling today? You know, we have to make sure we check on each other all the time. So let's get started with Financial Fun Friday. Yeah. Oh yeah, oh yeah.
Friday, y'all.
It's Friday. You're welcome. You're welcome. Yeah. Yes, you are welcome. Welcome to Financial Fun Friday. I am your co-host, Darlene Jenkins, and my other co-host,
Dr. Rita B. Rowland.
Dr. Rita B. Rowland, and we are being brought to you by ABS Retirement Solutions, where we're always bringing you what's new and what's next in the financial services industry. So for those of you, Rita, that are new to us, joining our broadcast, this is a webinar that we do on the first and third Friday each and every month. And we're live here on YouTube. We do it at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And we appreciate all of our West Coast, Mid Coast, in a different coast time zone for getting up and joining us on these days. And what we're going to do is we're going to pull back the curtain so that you can get an in-depth understanding of not only your federal benefits, but also we're going to give you some of the best retirement options and give you various financial tips, nuggets, and strategies to do what, Rita?
Reach your financial destination.
That's right. Reach your financial destination. When you talk, guess what? We talk right back to you. So this is our microphone checker, 1, 2 checker. Check in and let us know where you are tuning in from. Go ahead and drop it in the chat right now so we can give you a shout out. Please follow us on all of our socials so that we can keep in touch with you. We're on Instagram. We are trying to get to 1,000 followers. That's our first goal.
Yes,
that's our first short-term goal is 1,000 followers. So we're on Instagram on at ABS Retirement Solutions. So if you like and follow us, and then you get 3 of your friends to like and follow us, and each of those 3 get 3, and so on and so on, we will be there in no time. Yes, and of course you can follow us on Facebook at Your AB Solutions.
And we thank you in advance for what you're about to do.
Yes, we absolutely do. Thank you, Rita. So now, the whole purpose of our Financial Fun Friday series is just to help you understand your benefits. Number one, your money and your spending habits. And if you haven't looked at our other video on your money personality, you want to go on our channel, go through our videos and take that money personality quiz, right, Rita?
Yes.
Because the quiz dictates your money personality shows you why you spend the way you do. And then of course we're going to offer you support and solutions that are going to enable you to do what, Rita?
Reach that financial destination. I think this is so important, Darlene, because sometimes we don't really understand how money shows up, how we show up to money, and how money shows up in us. And so sometimes having a quiz and being able to, that's why I do that, or just being able to understand it, it really will give you some insight so that you can make that good decision.
Absolutely. Pinch, no pinching back. Y'all remember that when we were kids?
She's showing her
So,
age.
oh, yes. So before we get into today's presentation, and it's a good one, we just want to let you know that the information that we're going to be going over, we do it from a high level, and it's not going to be customized to you. We have to do it in a generic approach because there's so many of you that are on here now that will be watching later. So everybody's situation is different, and we can't customize it for that reason. But what we will do is if we start talking or going over a subject matter that you're like, wait a minute, you talking to me now, you running down my street, reach out to us 301-577-6340, and any information that we go over, we can happily sit down with you and customize it to you and your family situation. So please apply the information where you feel it fits your particular situation. And thank you so much for understanding. So this is Life Insurance Awareness Month, everybody. And I know if you go on any of these social media platforms, that's all you're hearing about, right, Rita? That's the new trend about it's, you know, and it goes by a lot of names, but in the end, it's life insurance. So it may be, you may hear be your own banker.
Bank on yourself, tax-free retirement. So they have a lot of different names. But really today, what we want you to first is just understand the basic, and then we'll get into some details on the next episode.
Absolutely. And you see these delicious pancakes right here? Well, that's how life insurance is also, if you know how to look at it properly and understand the features. And so that's what we want to do today, as Rita said, right? Just give you some of the basics, because guess what? This life insurance is a not so short stack. It is stacked just like those pancakes. So let's get into it.
You know my girl like to eat, so
I know.
only Darlene could find pancakes and life insurance, coming up with something for her. I love it though.
Yes, I do. Oh my gracious.
But we like pancakes, so
Everything.
that was good.
Just look, even when I have my little pet names, it's around food. My daughter is my pumpkin pie. But anyway, so it's Life Insurance Awareness Month. So Rita, let's go over some of the insurance basics.
So I think it's important to understand, when you think about insurance, think about it in this term. There's term insurance, right? And then there's permanent. And we related to term is like renting an apartment, and permanent is owning a home.
Yep.
So rent, you know, every time your lease is renewed, sometimes the terms change. Rent go up, and you may go from 1 year to 2 year, or you know, you want a 6 month, or you go month to month. So the terms are changed, and that's how life insurance is on the term side. That the cost too, Darlene, is very low. So sometimes you may watch the internet and say you can get $500,000 for $20 a month, and you're excited. But what you didn't understand, that was a 5-year term or a 10-year term. It was for a 25-year-old who was super preferred healthy. And so understanding that, but then the price is low, and every time you renew that new term, the price goes up. Just like your new lease, when you have a new lease, what happens? The cost goes up. And then there's no equity, there's no cash value. It's just designed to cover a need for a temporary purpose. So when you understand it, you can understand, just related to renting an apartment and you buying your home. And when you get to the home, what happens, Darlene? The cost goes up, right? The cost is higher initially, but then the cost is level. So you're not worrying about every 5, 10, 20 years, you're increasing your costs. And one thing I didn't say, Darlene, that is a statistic, that only about 2% of term policies pay out. Why? Because we get to that new term and realize we can't afford that increased price. So now we're finding ourselves looking for permanent insurance, but we spent 20 years. Now, I'm not saying term is not good. Hear me. It has a purpose. It is good for certain things. But if you're looking for the person who may live to 90, 95, that may not be the best option. And that's where permanent comes into play. Your cost is level. So if you bought insurance at 40 and you still here at 90, you either want that thing paid off, or you don't want to be paying a 90-year-old price when you can still be paying a 40-year-old price. And it builds equity. So it's designed to create some cash value. Your coverage never ends. And they have different forms. When I say your coverage never ends, some people get permanent, UL that's paid to 95 or 100. Most of them today, they go to 121, because that's how long. Look, we're going to be living a long time. We need to have our insurance to last as long as we do. And it's owned to meet permanent goals. So it's designed. My mother died when I was 11, and we had insurance. She had 3 kids. It wasn't enough, but she did have life insurance. And that was important for her to know, because if something were to happen to her, which she died at 34, colon cancer, we needed to make sure her 3 kids were okay, and that we could get to some level of comfort, that we wouldn't be out there, trying to find food to eat. So understanding what that means and understanding the difference is your first lesson, because many people ask them what kind of insurance it is, and they do not know. So you need to not only invest in insurance, but understand what it is that you have.
Rita, that was excellent breakdown. And what I want to add is that I don't care what type of insurance that you have, what name it may go by, it's going to fall into one of these 2 categories. The insurance you get through your employer, it's a group term policy, and your lease or your term is generally as long as you're working for that employer, like with the federal government, right?
Yes.
The FAIG lease. So your lease is every 5 years because it's age banded every 5 years. You're going to get a surprise rent increase or premium increase, right? Now, you also may have heard of mortgage insurance to protect, which is great, and we offer that, right?
Yes.
We're a full service company here, but mortgage insurance is term insurance. Now, we're getting ready to get into some concepts. We're just going over the basics right now because we believe an educated client is the best client. And we want you to understand what you have. Now, your permanent coverages, this is where you're bank on yourself. Be your own banker. Bank your way out of debt.
Tax-free retirement.
Tax-free retirement. They all fall over in the permanent coverage. So it doesn't matter what name you have. It's either going to be a term policy or it's going to be a permanent policy.
Absolutely.
So once you have that, and you always will know, term is like renting. Permanent is owning your own home. For those that were living in an apartment or once lived in an apartment, wasn't it your goal to stop paying that rent because it wasn't going anywhere and to move into your own home? Well, Rita, let's show them how to move into their own home insurance, their permanent home insurance. And what are the benefits of that? So we're going to show you how these policies actually break down. So you want to get into it?
I think, as we talked about earlier, the permanent one, it caters to a long-term goal. So because death is unknown, it's important for us to have a policy that's going to be there when when we leave this world. And I think it's also important to say, Darlene, that we're not telling you or trying to say it's like a one size fit all. So I have some clients that based on their financial need. So I have a client, he owns a business, he got 3 kids, so we had to do a combination. So he has part of his portfolio is term because he needed $1 million plus. And then another part is permanent because permanent at that level could have cost him more money than he can afford. So when you look at it, you have to have somebody to look at your financial needs, not just say, here's some insurance and buy it. It needs to be related to what you're trying to achieve. And then your premiums for permanent remain level. Now, there's some ways to build your own bank. You can start out one level and then increase as you go. But that is a planned type of strategy for retirement planning. And then it provides you with cash accumulation. So how about you need to go buy something, borrow something? We'll talk about examples next time.
Yeah.
We have clients going on vacation, buying cars, paying off debt. All of that is based
tuition,
on their tuition for school,
financing college,
their insurance, and then guess what? It's very private. So I think it's important to understand the difference and know. And permanent have so many more that we're going to talk about advantages and things that you can do and how to really compare it to maybe a 401k, and what is the difference between putting my money in a 401k and then putting it into a permanent policy. So I had a nephew, he did that, and we'll talk about that in example so you can look at what does it look like. Do I need to give all of my money to a qualified plan? And you don't necessarily have to, because one of the things we say, nothing wrong with 401ks, TSPs, IRA. We like them too, but think about it. They're in prison until they're 59 and a half without having a penalty. Here's a vehicle that you'll be able to use and not be penalized for doing it.
Absolutely. We're going to be getting into the good stuff, because as the title says, this is life. You want life insurance, life from your policy while you're alive. And then there's death, because we all going to cross that bridge to the great by and by. We're going over that river, but this is how it's going. This is how overall it works. So that's you and me and all of us out here. So we want to build our retirement, or we just want to, because this is coming from an insurance company. So we're going out here. So we're going to pay a certain premium. And out of that premium is going to come the fees for administering that policy. So the company, the premium we pay, you see this right here, this box, it tells you what the company, the minimum amount that the company wants you to pay for that insurance that you're trying to get. But the beautiful thing, this is the beautiful thing, this is the good part.
It's the good part.
This is the good part. The IRS, so your death benefit, so you're going to pay this. I done jumped ahead, but that's okay. So that is going to determine what your death benefit is, okay? But this is really the good part. You see this box right here? So this is what the company says you have to pay. But then the Internal Revenue Service, the IRS, says, you know what? We're going to allow you to stuff in more money into this policy. So the IRS says what the maximum amount is that you can put in. And right there, y'all, that's the butter and the pan and the syrup on them pancakes.
It's that arbitrage that you get to create this wealth between the minimum and the maximum. And therein where you can create a lot of wealth.
A lot of wealth. Tax-free. And we'll show you how all of that. And there's no age restriction, Rita, on coming to get your money.
Right.
Where my money? Show me my money. Run me my money. But we're also going to go over the intricacies, if I should say that. Mm-hmm. But you know, the details. Thank you, Rita. The details on I am Francine's daughter.
That was an inside joke.
Yeah, that was a $10 word. I'm gonna do better. But the details, because again, this is a great concept, but as Rita said before, it may not be for everybody. Even though, you know, we have some people online, hey friend, but I'm gonna stop right there. So we're going to get into that because it is a good concept. We want you to understand it, but we, your Financial Fun Friday team, we want to make sure that this is the right concept for you. So join us on the third Friday, which is going to be the 20th of September. And we're going to be dropping some videos as well, you all, on in between this. So what we're trying to do, Rita, what is planning?
It's bringing the future into the present so that you can do something about it now. It's looking out at your old self and making your now self do something about it. And that's really all it is, looking in the future mirror and say, I'm going to come up with some solution so that I can have the best life possible. Why? Because I'm making some planning stuff today.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I'm trying to make sure we don't lose our power. So contact us today, your Financial Fun Friday team, so that we can help map out a strategy for you to help you put all of the pieces together. Well, it has been fun. We are from ABS Retirement Solutions. Reach out to your Financial Fun Friday team, 301-577-6340. And let's just stop this sharing for a quick second. Well, not a quick second. We've stopped sharing, but we wanted to end and let you all know we appreciate you tuning in. Any questions you have, as I said, reach out to your Financial Fun Friday team, 301-577-6340. Any parting words, Rita?
Have a wonderful, wonderful weekend.
Have a wonderful weekend. Exactly. See you all later.